y'all. My name's Kelsey, and I'm the head writer and one of the game designers for Wild Season. And welcome to our podcast! Yay! As the infographic might have told you, which this infographic doesn't, but other ones might have, I am alone today because Sharon is not here, and that is sad. He had to prepare for something, so I'm here by myself. But I hope we'll have a fun time. Kind of the agenda today is I have a few tiny announcements, and then I just realized that I might have been on mute. Oh no. No, I wasn't. Can everybody hear me okay? Da da da. Boop, 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 boop. Of course I have technology problems. I mean, that's the thing. Ah, but that's good to know. Okay. Anyway, um, few things. I have some announcements. I'm gonna show you guys a little bit of the most recent build of the beta, but I will tell you why I'm only going to show you a little bit and parts that you might have seen because of reasons. And then I have a quiz that Kix made, and yeah. So Swirly Bits, the main office is located in the Philippines, which is an island that is okay, I'm gonna get my geography wrong. Here's Asia, and now I just realized that this is gonna make me look wrong because I'm doubled. I mean, flipped around. It is to the east of mainland Asia. Yes. I know, I have to show everything, Chaos. I know. We can go through story stuff, though I'm a little scared of going through story stuff because I actually, and this is actually one of the announcements, I guess. It's not really an announcement, it's just kind of an update. I've been sitting in with our junior game designers, going over blocking and script notes and all of that sort of stuff. So hopefully next build it will be a lot more polished. Yeah. But anyway, let's see here. I'm being slowly driven insane because I actually have the game open, and while our intro music is very nice, I've been listening to it for the past hour. So, it's just kind of one of those things. Let's see here. What do I have to tell y'all? Oh, that, okay. We are, receiving all of your bug reports, and we are trying to fix them in the game. So thank you so much for anybody who is has access to the beta right now. We really appreciate everything that you're telling us. Especially if you're talking about game breaking things, it might take a build or two to get those fixed. Just know that we are receiving all of those, and we are working on them. However, if you get a new build and and you see that it hasn't been fixed, please send in another bug report about it. Chaos, that is a good question. Hey, Dustin. Yes. Okay. Thank you, Dustin. I was just about to ask you for that. Yes. Please send it to that link. So, yes. If you do see that bug that you reported last time is still in the new build, please send a new report about it. It might still be being worked on, but we don't want it to be, how do I say it? We don't want to think that we fixed it and then suddenly we're not getting bug reports about it, and then it's not fixed. That would be bad. What else? Oh, speaking of our beta, we are about to launch our early access on Ouya. We're just tweaking a few things. We've been in contact with the Ouya team that approves these sort of things, and we're making some slight tweaks. I think it's a lot of controller issues, which I'm actually kind of surprised about because I've been using my 360 controller for the build that I have right now, and I think it's working fine, but I guess the Ouya controller is different than, you know. Is it Ouya? I never actually have said this word out loud before until now. Anyway, but hi Ma, welcome. And hi John Doodle, welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm just going over build notes and stuff about the beta and how we appreciate that people are telling us things. For the beta that I'm going to show you guys in a bit, I mean, the only build notes I really have for it is some stuff was optimized and there was some updates on the cutscenes. It's because since this is the build right after we released, some of the fixes, like it took a few days for those notes to really come in. So all of those fixes that you sent are going to be starting to work on the build you will receive next. So, is the Ouya controller different? I don't know. I've never used one. I've thought about picking one up, but I don't know. Android games. I don't know if those are stuff that I play. I mean, Wild Season, I have all sorts of things I could play Wild Season on. And I'll probably be too embarrassed to play Wild Season once it's published. Because I'll just look at it and I'll be like, I should have worded that better. Or something. Anyway, let me see here. Da 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 dum bum bum ba da ba ba. Alright, so we're gonna try something. I only have one screen, and unfortunately our build does not let us actually put it in a window right now. So I have my little Chromebook here with all of your guys' comments and the chat box and everything. And however, I can't see if the game actually looks good in the OBS. Oh, press Alt-Enter? Really? Just a second. Will that really do it? Alt-Enter. Whoa! And this is why they do not pay me to develop anything. I am so story and not technologically centered at all. Look at that! Oh, this is so much better. I'm so happy right now. Okay, let me actually get this size down somewhat correctly. Thank you, Kix. You're my knight in shining armor. Do. Let me try to bring this up again. Let me try to bring this up again. Ba-ba-da-da. Hey, there we go. Alright, just adjust this a bit. Oh. Oh. Alright, does that look good to everyone? Gonna move some stuff on my screen. I did skip the intro. I can go back. I can go back if you want, Chaos. I am totally cool with that. The only reason why I'm kind of like story stuff right now is, as I said again, I was just in a huge meeting where I think we got the blocking and some of the script tightened up a little bit. So yeah. Yeah, see, my thing is my problem was I was on a ratty laptop for 2 years, and I could never really play things, and now I have this great PC that I built, and yeah, the person who didn't know that Alt-Enter windowed something, built a computer by herself. I don't know how. But I don't know how to do things with keyboards. I know how to write things on computers. That is pretty much it. But hey, this is our house. We have a house. So, if you guys haven't seen the game before, the scene that Chaos is talking about that I skipped is that it's not actually the first game of the scene. It's not the first game of the scene. No, it's not the first scene of the game. But what it is the first kind of playable moment the player has. He goes downstairs and it ends up that the farm was never for sale. These two people want him gone once I get over to, yep. The mayor and his wife want him gone. And, yeah, so, let's see here. So we're going to go in some buildings, and we're going to have some commentary on how terrible the inside of these buildings look, because we bought the farm thinking the farm was going to look great. The farm does not look great. The farm looks pretty destroyed. The barn obviously hasn't been used in years, but with a little love and care, it should house a small herd for sure. You've never spruced up a barn, but it can't be that hard, right? No, it can't be that hard. Da da da. So, once your character gets settled, your barn will look much improved. And actually, I'm trying to figure out how to run. Okay, that's my inventory. That's good. I'm glad we have inventory. Okay. If I was going to run, I would press a button. Do 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 do. Boo boo. Okay. Good job. I don't know how to run, so we won't. The amount of cobwebs in here are almost impressive. Other than that, though, the stable is in surprisingly good shape. Maybe the first thing you should do is get yourself a horse. I don't know why I've made shift to run. There must not be a control for it on the controller then. I'm using a controller. Though you should probably learn how to ride first, and be financially stable. You should probably get a horse later. Da 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 da. Okay, I'm gonna try the shift thing and see if it works. Ba ba. Prairie Volpine, they do. Whoa. No, I do not want to turn on stick keys. Thank you for asking. Giant spider mount? That would be pretty cool. Da 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 da. So, yeah, Kix, I'm sure that is the case with the keyboard and mouse, but for some reason the build I was sent, only wants me to use a controller. So I'm not really sure why that is. Maybe they knew. You pressed shift 5 times. No, I held down shift because I thought that would work. Oh. I did disable sticky keys. I've never had a sticky key thing before. Alright. Nobody seems to have bothered to clean in here. It has a lingering smell you're not sure you could ever get out. But other than that, it should host a fair number of chickens. Ba-ba-da. One day. Chickens don't care about lingering smells, right? You're sure you'll get used to it. Da-da-da. Is there anything over here? Da-da-da-da-da-da. Mr. Tree, what are you doing there? Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-da-da. Oh! It did not... There is an invisible wall there. Huh. I should mark that down. Kix, yeah, from what I understand, there's been a little bit of an issue with that. But that's being fixed, because they're supposed to be. Like, they're all designed to be just as much as the other. This is our field. As you can see, There's nothing in it right now. That's because we are working on our debris thing. Oh, hello, Mr. Flower. Yes, I like you very much. You are my friend, Mr. Flower. No. Once the debris build, like, generator, I guess it's called, goes in, your farm will be a wreck. I'm sorry to tell you all that. I'm sure the people in the beta are gonna like for a while that there's no weeds or rocks or logs to deal with, but let's just say this is going to be completely filled. Like, it's gonna be worse than in Harvest Moon games, because your farm is a wreck. Alright, oh, we haven't gone inside our house yet. Duh. Let's go in our house. Oh, this is our inventory screen that I accidentally just pressed. I don't know how to get over to other things. This is why I shouldn't play things ever. Never play things. Da da da. If anybody's joined me for Portal 2 on Tuesdays, you understand why. Kix, I was not. That is something that the team knows about. Kix is asking if if I was able to give my character a last name, which I was not. Even though I should, because I wanted to name my character Nose Salad, because that's the name that we're giving our character from now on whenever we play the builds. There's surprisingly still furniture in here, even a TV. Ba, ba, ba. The electricity is still on here. Ba, ba. This place is smaller than your apartment in the city, which is saying something. And there's enough dust in here to make yourself a dust bunny farm. And yet, you feel oddly at home here, like you've been here many times before. Ba, ba, da. It's almost nice. Or will be once you get the desk wiped up. Get new sheets. It'll be nice someday. Da, da, da. Look at these sheets. Look how awful these sheets are. Here's our toolbox. Let's see if I can open this. Our toolbox is not our freezer. Hey guys, did you know toolboxes are freezers? I need to start writing this stuff down. Where's my notebook? Da da da. What have we figured out so far? Toolbox says it's a freezer. Good job. What else? The last name thing. And there's a reason I'm not playing as Sophie, who's the girl. Unfortunately, we figured out that there's a bug with her in the very first cutscene. And how do I get out of this? What have I done? Oh, there we go. Okay, I was scared for a moment. Rosalind was right. The phrase money pit is putting it nicely. And yet, bop, bop, bop. It's yours. The thought makes you feel warm. Ba-ba-da. So, old sport, what'd you think? I can't wait to get started. Really? I've noticed that some of these portraits are not correct. They are not happy right now. The mayor looks very happy, but he's not happy. See, this is why I don't want to go through cutscene stuff. We're glad to hear it, aren't we, dear? Says Rosalind, who looks way too happy right now, and the mayor, who also looks very happy right now. Imagine them very angry. They're angry. But, oh, we can surely ask Richard to bring those over. Dear, why don't you go show everyone in town their new neighbor? They'll just be delighted to meet him. Of course, dear. You sure look happy about the fact that we're going to go show everybody me and everybody hate me. So this is another thing that we've actually changed, and hopefully this will be in the next build. I don't actually need this open anymore. Okay, this will be in the next build, but we moved this to the actual square. And also, if anybody's played through the beta, I'm sure you've noticed that this opening is pretty long, and we've actually done things to make it so you can play a bit during the opening. So I'm sorry if this seems long. This is the reason why, one of the reasons why I want to get this out of the way so I can actually show you some gameplay stuff. But there's going to be a breakup in this. So, yeah. This is the town square. Ba, ba, ba. That's a Tunstuck. Yeah, our racetrack is called the Tunstuck. I like it. I think it's pretty cool. We have a lot of races. We have horse races in the spring and fall, and then we have dog races in the summer and winter. Yep. Ba, 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 ba. Kix, your aunt's name is Rosalind. It's Rosalind's. She likes to yell sometimes. We have a port, you guys. A porty port. Da da da. Boop boop boop. Yes. Frank shall come to our farm tomorrow. Yeah, Twilight, and we're also, I mean, especially in the final game, we are obviously going to put in, you know, you can get through scenes pretty quickly, you can skip a scene if you want to, you know, things like that. And also for later betas, since we don't really have a save function yet because of it, we're going to put in options to skip the intro area because we want, you know, gameplay notes. So it'll have like a selector for what you can do up until the beta has enough and the player can do enough that saving would make a lot more sense. So, yeah. Ba-ba-da-ba-da. The Hulsts have a farm. There's a neighboring farm. And well, that pretty much describes the main town. We may not have all the conveniences you used to, but we're certainly all well equipped. I don't know why I'm making him sound like a weird, like, old man, old woman hybrid, but that's what's happening right now. Come on along, old sport. I'll introduce you to some of your new neighbors. I'm sure they'll be happy to have you here. The mayor has just one portrait. Oh, maybe this does have it. This is at least the dialogue for it. Why don't you lead me around to the places I want to go? It'll be much easier for you to learn the layout of the town this way. I'd like you to visit the general store and the inn. I know you've always been to the latter, but I think it'd be nice for you to say thanks to the owner for allowing you to stay, don't you? After that, I'll take you to the host farm. It'll be good for you to see how an actual farm operates. Let's get going then. Oh, no. Dang it. So, at that point, you're supposed to be able to walk around town, and the mayor follows you. So, that'll be implemented at some point. This is Jane. She is up there talking to her husband, Carl. If we sell them for this much, we might get a 15% profit. Well, maybe. Oh, welcome, Mr. Mayor. Oh, good afternoon, Mr. Mayor. Carl, will you tell Will the mayor's here to pick up his groceries? Ba-ba-da-ba-da. We also move this scene up because a lot of characters come here. And John, are you doing the mayor? Because I hope that I'm doing you proud. By that I mean I'm not. Did Rosalind send you during lunch? You really should start sending Linda. Who's this? Knows. I don't know why my character's name is in this piece of dialogue. Let me write that down. Da 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 da. Jane, who's this player? Da ba da ba da ba da ba da ba da. But yeah, Twilight. That's what we have. We're going to have implemented is the leading you around town. Yeah. Who's this? Oh, I have to be back on here. Duh. Jane, I'd like to introduce you to Nose. And then I'm supposed to have a last name after that, and it wouldn't let me put in one. So, oh, nice to meet. He bought the old farm just above the Kyle's ranch. He did what? I didn't realize the place was for sale. A bit of a mishap, I'm afraid. No, this is Jane Kidd. Her and her husband Carl run this general store. You can buy all sorts of things here, including vegetable seeds and kitchen appliances. Yes, that's right. Everybody's so happy. There's no portraits. I'm really kind of sad about it, actually. We have some great emotion portraits for some of these characters. Mr. Mayor, I just remembered we had a question about your order. Could you perhaps come to the back for a moment? Of course. Jessie, dear, come and introduce yourself to our new neighbor. I'm pretty sure Jane's voice isn't going to sound like that at all, but that's what I'm making it. Hi, I'm Jessica Kidd. Sorry about my mom dragging the mayor off like that just now. She always has her head, so deep into business when she's in the store that she can come off, well, totally rude. But don't worry about it, okay? Anyway, it's nice to meet you. So the mayor said you bought the farm? Where'd the mayor go? Hey, it's Will. He's in the back with Mom. Well, this is Noj. He bought the farm, the other one. What? The other? Oh. No, this is my older brother, Will. Nice to meet you. See, first of all, the mayor just went through Will, but as you can see, it obviously gets very crowded here with all the characters, so we actually moved this scene up, and I don't know why I'm motioning with my hand when you guys can't see me, but I'm going to anyway. But yeah. I'm so sorry about suddenly being interrupted like that. I just remembered a question I had struck by lightning. Well, you can take the groceries in the back. Linda's coming to get them after all. Okay, then. Game's mystery murdered you. Well, I must say, nobody wants you here. This is very different than some other games, Harvest Moon, Rune Factory, that sort of thing. Everybody's so happy you're there all the time. Nobody's happy you're here. Nobody wants you here. As the mayor was saying, we pretty much sell anything and everything here. Please stop by the next time you get a chance, alright? We should leave them to continue their work. Come along, Nose. It was nice meeting you, Nose. This is the writer in me right now, but there's so many missing commas, and it's bothering me, even though I corrected them, and they will be corrected very soon. So, he bought the farm? And that line's also changed. And then, Twilight, from here, once you're outside again, the mayor looks to you and is like, hey, we should go to the inn now, and then you go to the inn. So, yeah. Add more comments. I know, Chaos. The thing is that, our dialogue is really weird, so sometimes, our junior game developers can't, actually copy and paste. So sometimes they're just clacking away, and you know how it is when you're copying stuff sometimes. So, and the bug reporter, actually, if you want to report any, missing commas, Kix, don't worry. You know what I'll do? When the fan site comes up, I'll look over it, and I'll tell you about grammar stuff. How about that? Yeah. I'll do all the stuff. I like to think my grammar is good. No, it's not the intern's fault. I'm not saying that. It's the dialoguer's fault. I know you, I know we've already been here, but I wanted to introduce you to the staff. And then we have this scene actually, choreographed a lot differently now. But, yeah, our dialogue is really weird, says the writer of Wild Season. What do I want to say? Oh, yeah, if anybody joined me for, Portal 2 yesterday, my quote of the day was, God, I hate having to use portals for things. I don't like in Portal 2 when you have to use portals for things that aren't puzzles. It's to get across rooms that you should be able to just open a door. Kix, yeah, she's doing better. You know, she's not walking through any tables anymore. This is Mary Mary, likes your hair. And, Mary smiling's probably the only thing correct about the portraits right now. Mary actually likes you. Mary's one of the only people in town who's not going to kill you, no. Your hair is so tall. It's almost like you wanted to be a porcupine. And then settled on being a rooster. I don't know what that voice was supposed to be. I'm still actually sick. So, I'm sorry if my voice sounds super weird. Mary dear, this is Nose. He's the only person staying up. He was the person staying upstairs last night. Remember? The one Edward brought in during the storm? And Nose, this is Mary Blackwood. Her family owns the inn for generations. You were in that car? You look okay, but... This is one of my favorite dialogue options. I'm dying! Chaos, yes. By the end of the game, Mary is the only one who hates you. Gala, she's not dim. Dim is definitely the wrong word for it. She just concentrates on very different things than, normal things, because she's actually quite observant when she wants to be, but it's, you know, on her time. You are? Nose, I don't think. We gotta get you to the doctor right now. I'll look after you till the end, I promise. Don't worry, dear. Nose is simply telling a joke. Not that it's a very good one. My parents are so happy about this. Oh, I get it now. You're the one who thought you bought the wheat and rock farm, but didn't, right? Now, Mary, we shouldn't go around spreading false information. Mr. Mayor? Oh no, who's this? Questions. It seems to be the lawyer from earlier, but... Where's Alice's... Oh no! Alice has no portrait. So, Alice is actually a ghost. Why is she dressed like a waitress? Alice, you're just in time. This is Alice. She's a waitress here like me. We've already been acquainted. Miss Brant is, filling her time working here at the inn while she attends to the personal matters we spoke of earlier. I'll be going back to the city soon, hopefully. She has no face, yes. She is the mystery of Bedford Valley. She actually does not exist. You're here to see Mr. Blackwood, right? If we could. I'll get him. Ba-ba-da-ba-da. Well, at least Alice has body stolen from the hasn't put stolen it. Boop-a-doo. So you've decided to stay? It seems so, yes. I'm back. See, so one of the things is that if Barry was over there, he would have seen the mayor enter right away. So we're having him come out the back door now. See, all of these things are going to happen, and it's going to be great. We should get back to work. Oh yeah, I'm working. Come by a lot, okay? Bye. Have a nice day, Mr. Mayor. Nose. I like that our character's name is Nose. She's on the run from the law. Actually, the funny thing is she's a lawyer, so she maybe is on the run from the law, but like her job, the law. Ba 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 da ba. Okay, just wanted to make sure that wasn't something super important, like being like, oh no, there was a meteorite. Indeed, Barry, I'd like to meet Nose. Nose, this is Barry Blackwood. He and his son are the ones who make the magic happen here at the inn. Where's Richard at the moment? He's been staring at the books for hours, choosing on pencils. That's Lemby. Anyway, Nose isn't here to meet him. He's here to learn about where he's staying. Actually, Barry, you already know that we're an inn, but during the day we're also a full-fledged restaurant, and at night a fully stocked bar. The bar is the most important part, am I right? Anyway, it's nice to meet you, Nose. Glad you're doing all right now. You're free to stay here. You're free to stay here free of charge until you leave. I'm pretty sure that line has changed now. Okay. Actually, old sport, what I've been trying to say is, Nose here has apparently bought the old farm. Very surprised. Gala, spoiler alert, she's the judge. Mayor, why don't you and the girls come over for dinner tonight? Yes, of course, we are actually planning to. Good. Excuse me. I gotta get back to work. And Barry leaves because he doesn't want you. Second, y'all. Ah, that's what happens when your microphone's doing something weird. Ah, sorry about that, old sport. Probably just wanted to stay a few more nights at the inn is all. And Nose is like, dun dun dun. And that's when we suddenly are at the clinic. So, yeah, again, after you exit here, it'll be like, why don't we go to the clinic? And then the player will be able to run over to the clinic. Ba-ba-da. Kicks Judge Judy's secret love child, yes. Twilight, you're free to stay here forever. I don't know if Barry would have the stamina to actually kill anybody. Barry's kind of drunk. Mr. Bear, hello. Good afternoon, Miss Ebner. Are things running smoothly today? Yes, of course. You must be Dr. Jansen's patient from yesterday, right? I'm Maya Ebner, one of the nurses here from Bedford Family Clinic. It's nice to meet you. I'm actually bringing Nose over to meet everyone in town. Meet everyone? Could you call Dr. Jansen down? Ah, yes, of course. Then we have that transition slightly better. Dr. Jansen, it's Nose, right? I'm glad to see you're up and finally walking around. You kind of took a nasty spill there, but you seem to be getting along just fine. Continuing on, Nose, this is Dr. Darius Jansen. He took over the Bedford Family Clinic a few seasons ago after our esteemed doctor decided to move on to a bigger practice. Good to officially meet you, Nose. Oh, there's another nurse named Gavin as well. Where is Mr. West? Well, not here. I switched all the portraits. Oh well. Anyway, how long are you planning on staying? Nose has actually recently acquired the farm. Oh, did he know? And Darius is like, oh my. Hey look, that sort of thing can take a toll on you real quick if you don't look after your health. When you get a chance, how about you swing by for a checkup? We can talk about what you need to do to stay healthy. Dr. Jansen, we need to get back to work. Oh yeah, of course. I'll talk to you later, yeah? Dr. Jansen, I'm coming. So that's also blocked out slightly better. And, portraits. Miss Ebner could be a little bit tense about work, can't she? I wouldn't worry about it too much. Huh. Why don't we go down to the Holst farm? I think you've seen everything you need to see here in town. You can see how their farm's set up, maybe learn a thing or two. I'll give them a call. Larry, hello. Ba-ba-ba-da. Kicks, it's the most busy clinic of all time. John, yes. Twilight, no he's not. The thing is with that portrait, it's his normal portrait, and, which just means it's like his normal expression. It happens to be one of him winking. Most of his portraits do not have that, but because everybody seems to have their normal portrait for some reason right now, it kind of does look like it. This is the place. This place is like an image of what your farm should have looked like. Why can't I read today? Oh, that's right, because that's all I've been doing all day. Nose, I'd like you to come meet the hosts. Ba-ba-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da. See, this is also why I wanted to get through this. Larry and April, this is Nose. The mayor said you accidentally bought that weed fest across the way. Now, Larry used to be quite beautiful when we were young, remember? It would be nice if it could look that way again. It would take a lot of work, though. Are you sure you're up for it? Farming can be quite difficult, especially for those from the city. It's a skill that takes a lot more than just figuring it out. You understand, don't you? Oh, Denise, sweetie. This is our oldest daughter, Denise. Hello? Oh, Denise's hat's weird. Just a second. We'll see Denise again in a second. Da-da-da. This is Nose. He's moving into the farm across the way. I see. See, her hat. I've never seen that before. Just a second. I'm going to say that Denise's hat's weird. Denise's hat is weird. These are the things that you figure out. Ba-ba-ba-da-da-da. Please click. Thank you. Excuse me. Denise. I'm sorry about her behavior. She's usually much friendlier. We also have a young son named Donald, but he's at school at the moment. I'm sure you'll see him around. Well? Ah, yes, Nose, we better let the host get back to work. Nice meeting you, Nose. If you need anything else, just give us a call. Yeah, nice to meet you. Then they leave. Ba-ba-da. Did I do all right, dear? Yeah, you did fine. You won't be here long anyway. Denise sure looks happy for somebody who's not happy. You visit a few other places, but their reactions are surprisingly similar. Feeling defeated, you follow the mayor back to the farm. Ba-ba-ba-da-ba. Well, I think that's enough for now. It's a small town. You should be able to find some things on your own. Is there anything else? Oh, yes, of course. To the south of here is the main entrance to the forest bordering our little town of Bedford. Do not enter it for any reason. We've seen a recent spike in animal attacks over the past few years and have gated it out of precaution. We've decided to wander in. We in Bedford cannot guarantee your safety. Do you understand? Good. Have a good night, Nose. If you need anything else, please let us know. Ba-ba-da. Colorfully minded. We sure went through some scenes where we had portraits that weren't the way I wanted them to be. And what's about to happen will make a lot more sense once there's, you know, a lot more weeds and stuff. But there's a flower! And it's growing amongst the weeds. Ba-ba-da. And then the default name for your farm is the Lone Pansy. Da, 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 da. I'm actually happy that fits. I didn't think that was going to fit, so. Yes, it. Oh, it should not do the create character up there. Farm name is create character screen thing. I'm sure they're going to be really happy when they get my notes about this because I actually wrote down farm name is create character screen thing. It's perfect. Today's your first full day on the farm. Wow! You sure have a dog. You're feeling full of energy, ready to take on its many challenges. You're now free to develop your farm and explore the town. Yay! Except you should be able to feel free to develop your farm. And also, that was strange. Alright, cool story. Hi, Frank. Frank wants to talk about some shipping bins, even though the shipping bin isn't there. No, I got it, thanks. Okay, Frank, goodbye. I'm still sad I can't run, but hey, I sure have things I can equip. I'm gonna try to use this thing. I'm gonna see what happens. Also, I'm not sure why my steps made things. Ha! Okay, so that's our... We're gonna use a hoe. Oh. There we go. Ha-ha! Ah. Oh, there we go. Okay. I understand what I'm doing now. Whoa. Okay. My character is very angry right now. He does not like that I'm hoeing. I just want to be building my farm. Okay, that's good to know. Game is very angry when you use a hoe. And also, wow, that is a lot of stamina usage for six little areas. No, actually the control is supposed to be on here, but, it's not to run. Apparently if you're using a keyboard and mouse it works, but for some reason I received a build that only lets me use a controller, so here I am. And yes, it is. That's the memory leak that happened to you, Kix. Okay, so, as you can see, hey, our game's in beta. I'm kind of happy now that we didn't get through all those cutscenes, because what would have happened was that we would have had a memory leak, and I would have been like, well, that was fun, and we would have just did other things. So yeah. Hopefully next week when I play the build for you, or Sharon more, more competently plays the build for you, this won't be a thing. Yeah. But thanks for putting up with that. Alt F4. Okay. Alt F4. Oh. I guess this is an advertisement. I didn't know we had this in here. Cool. Ah. I don't want it. Boop-a-doo. John, there are some, dialogue relights, yes. And the thing is that for some weird reason, in this build, they used a past script. And I'm not really sure why. And also, I just realized that this is moving forever. Okay, goodbye. There we go. Hi, everyone. How are you? So, I have a quiz. I don't know if anybody wants to do it or not. Kix made it, so that's pretty cool. I didn't have time, and Kix was nice enough to make it for me. So we can either do the quiz or I can call it a night, whichever you guys want to do. But if you haven't been here for the quiz before, okay, so what happens is that, as you just heard throughout the entirety of me trying to play that, you know, I don't really know technological things, and I can't answer, like, a ton of, like, crazy questions about things. So when Sharon's not here, sometimes I do a quiz about random farming facts, and, whoever wins the quiz, I sing them a song. It's kind of dumb, but people like it, so, you know, we can do whatever. It's up to y'all. And also, I'm tired. See, that's the problem. Unfortunately, if the podcast is delaying a lot, I'd rather not do the quiz, just because, unfortunately, with the delay, it really makes it so some people can answer right away and then other people just don't have a chance to answer because the delay is just awful. So my internet has issues today. So I'm sorry if some of that was really laggy there for a bit, though at the very end that was memory leak, so that was not me being laggy. You know what? We'll do the quiz next week once my internet isn't awful, because it is. But thank you all so much for joining me. I'm sorry I was so rambly. Actually, I'm still sick. I was really sick last week. I had the flu, like, really bad. I was in bed for like 3 days. It was awful. And it's like developed into a cold. So it's still like hard for me to talk a little bit. So, yeah. So sorry about that. If you'd like to join us next week, Colorfully Minded. When does the beta come out for other pre-orders? I think it was really recent that it came out through Humble Bundle for the other pre-orders. I'm not sure. 1 second here. That is my company email. If you want to email me, I can figure that out, because I will forget after we are done with this. And if anybody else wants to email me anything, if you have any questions, anything like that, I'm always available over email. I also have Twitter, and as you can see below me here, so does Quickfire Games. We have a Facebook page, we have a Twitter page, and we have a Google Plus page. I did not know how to use Google Plus. Google Plus actually confuses me, but that's okay. But on Tuesdays, I play games. Sometimes Sharang joins me. Sometimes Sharang can't join me. I'm playing Portal 2 right now. So it's at the same time as the podcast, which actually you can see the times down there. It's just on Tuesdays instead of Wednesdays. And yeah, other than that, it's all that. But yeah, thank you so much for joining me. Thank you, thank you. And I'll see you next week, okay? Thank you so much. Bye.